A few months ago, I bought what I thought was a gorgeous hamster cage online, only for my little Syrian hamster to chew straight through the cheap plastic within 48 hours. Finding a cage that balances size, safety, and ventilation without costing a fortune feels almost impossible when shopping online. Every listing claims to be the perfect pet palace, but most are flimsy traps. In this video, we are breaking down the absolute best hamster cages on the market based on real, hands-on testing. Stick around, because the #1 pick completely changed how I care for my pets. 5. Chuiendi wooden hamster cage. When I first unboxed this unit, I was drawn to its 32-inch frame and the natural look of the high-density pine wood. On paper, it seems like a spacious upgrade from standard pet store wire cages, promising a massive territory for a dwarf or Syrian hamster to roam. The 3mm thickened acrylic panels wrapped around the front and top give you a clear view of your pet's daily activities. Setting it up was straightforward enough, but this is where my critical testing I noticed a few issues. The pine wood looks beautiful, but during assembly I noticed the panels felt somewhat brittle, and a couple of the joints' hairlines split when tightening the screws. For a determined chewer, these exposed inner wooden edges could pose an easy invitation to start gnawing their way out. In terms of daily use, the multi-directional ventilation slots along the sides and top do a decent job keeping air moving. My hamsters seemed calm initially, and the large flip open top made it easy to reach in for feeding times. However, because the wood is relatively porous, any accidental urine spills outside the designated sand bath area tend to soak into the grain quickly, leaving a stubborn odor that is hard to scrub out. While it gives you a lot of visual access to watch your little furry friend burrow, the actual floor space sits right on the edge of what I consider comfortable for a fully grown Syrian hamster. It functions well enough as a budget-friendly wooden enclosure, but you will definitely need to coat the interior floor with a pet-safe sealant to prevent moisture damage. It is a decent starter option, though it lacks long-term durability. 4. JONS NTY 23.6-inch wooden hamster cage. This model attempts to solve the moisture issue by coating its wooden panels with a double-sided polyester layer designed to resist water and corrosion. When I poured substrate inside, I appreciated that this protective lining actually kept the wood dry and shielded it from stains during my week of testing. The front acrylic panel is completely detachable, which makes regular bedding changes a lot faster than top-only access cages. The ventilation layout relies on specific circular holes drilled into both the top and sides to maintain continuous airflow. Watching my dwarf hamster navigate the interior through the clean acrylic panels was delightful because the light transmission is excellent. It feels sturdy once fully built, and the protective film on the acrylic ensures it arrives completely scratch-free. However, my biggest critique during testing centers entirely on its physical dimensions. At just 23.6 inches in length, the overall floor space is severely limiting for anything larger than a tiny robo or dwarf hamster. If you try to house a Syrian hamster in here, they will likely become stressed and display pacing behaviors due to the cramped layout. Furthermore, the limited height means you cannot pile up the deep 10-inch layer of bedding hamsters instinctively need to create proper burrow systems. You will also struggle to fit a high-quality, large-diameter exercise wool inside alongside essential hides and a proper sandbath without cluttering the entire floor. While the waterproof coating and the convenient detachable front window are fantastic design choices, the restrictive footprint keeps it anchored at number 4. It works perfectly fine for small rodents or as a temporary habitat, but it misses the mark for an expansive forever home. 3. Niteangel MDF Aspen Terrarium for hamster. Niteangel is a massive name in the hamster community, and testing this terrarium made it immediately obvious why they have such a loyal following. The standout feature here is the generous height of over 17 inches, which allowed me to pour in a massive, deep layer of paper bedding so my hamster could dig true subterranean tunnels. The construction utilizes premium, sturdy MDF boards paired with a beautiful aspen and poplar wood aesthetic that looks like high-end furniture in your living room. Instead of just a single front window, this model features 3 expansive viewing angles that let you observe your pet from multiple directions without disrupting their natural behavior. The slide-in connection system made the actual physical setup incredibly quick and satisfying, locking together seamlessly. One feature I absolutely loved during my test run was the included heavy-duty PVC floor sheet. It lays perfectly flat across the wooden base, providing a robust barrier against liquids and ensuring that cleanup involves a simple wipe down rather than intense scrubbing. Air circulation is handled beautifully through sleek, curved ventilation slots along the heavy top lid, creating a perfectly balanced internal climate without any drafty cold spots. This habitat provides plenty of square footage to build an incredible, enrichment-rich environment where you can easily fit a full-size 12-inch wheel, multi-chamber hideouts, and a massive sand bath area. My hamsters showed zero signs of stress or boredom while living in this enclosure because it satisfies their fundamental urge to burrow and explore. It is an exceptional, premium home that beautifully merges functionality with a striking modern design. 2. Aivituvin 3-tier hamster cage. Built from natural fir wood, this cage gives your pet an incredible amount of room to explore across 3 distinct levels connected by safe anti-slip ramps. Testing this layout was a ton of fun because it allowed me to separate my hamsters' activities, placing the feeding station on one level, a massive wheel on another, and a cozy sleeping area at the very top. The structural design offers a brilliant blend of solid wooden walls and wire mesh accents that provide maximum ventilation throughout the entire unit. The wire top also acts as a great mounting point for hanging toys or water bottles, giving you total customization freedom over the layout. Your pet gets an unhindered view of the outside world through the large, clear front panels, while you can easily open up the secure doors to interact with them directly. Maintenance on this multi-level unit is surprisingly easy thanks to the deep, leak-proof bottom design that keeps substrate contained even when your pet is digging furiously. The inclusion of internal structures like built-in houses and ladders means you get an immediate setup right out of the box without needing to buy dozens of extra accessories. The solid wood structure feels durable and stable, anchoring firmly to the floor and resisting wobbling during high-energy midnight wheel runs. For active hamsters who get bored easily in standard single-level enclosures, this 3-tier setup offers continuous mental stimulation and physical exercise. It forces them to climb, balance, and map out their territory, which naturally curtails negative behaviors like wire chewing or cage pacing. If you want a visually striking, expansive wooden habitat that maximizes vertical real estate while providing premium comfort, this model is a phenomenal choice. 1. OIIBO 3T's large hamster cages. This masterpiece perfectly bridges the gap between a secure glass terrarium and a highly ventilated multi-level wire habitat. The bottom base is constructed entirely of thick glass, giving you an unobstructed 360-degree view of your pet, while remaining completely immune to chew damage or liquid leaks. During my extensive testing, this glass foundation allowed me to pack in maximum bedding depths without a single flake spilling onto my floor. Rising above the glass base is a premium Python wire topper featuring an ultra-tight 0.4-inch bar spacing that guarantees even the smallest dwarf hamsters cannot escape. This topper includes 2 sturdy platforms and matching ladder ramps, creating a dynamic 3-tier layout that maximizes every square inch of available space. The upper wire section ensures flawless, natural air circulation, completely eliminating the stagnant air pockets that often plague solid-walled enclosures. Cleaning this cage is an absolute dream due to the specialized, removable waterproof PVC tray that sits seamlessly at the bottom. You can easily pull out the soiled bedding, wipe down the smooth glass surfaces with a damp cloth, and slide everything back together in a matter of minutes without leaving any residual odors behind. The entire structure feels incredibly premium, robust, and completely escape-proof, providing total peace of mind for owners of notorious escape artists. What makes the OIIBO cage the ultimate winner is its brilliant hybrid approach to hamster welfare, honoring their deep biological need to burrow while encouraging physical agility through vertical climbing. It gives you the pristine aesthetic of a luxury glass tank alongside the functional, toy-hanging versatility of a wire habitat. After weeks of monitoring my hamsters thriving, playing, and sleeping peacefully inside, I can confidently say this is the gold standard for small pet housing. Outro. That's all for today.